Good day, classmates of Management 470. Our presentation addresses the impact of travel by WestJet and future aspirations for a better world. Presented by Anna, Salim, and Megan. Anna will present the agenda next.
Here is the agenda. So for this presentation, we are talking about corporate social responsibility issue. Under that, we're talking about the climate change and the global warming. Also, we're going to talk about stakeholders, WestJet caring for the environment initiatives. And under that, we're talking about the carbon offsets. Also, we are also including other corporate social responsibilities for WestJet, and as well as our recommendation for the company. And here is how passengers are excited to travel again.
Go, go, go! We're not gonna make it. We timed this out, remember?
Just stick to the plan and stay calm. Passports! Is that money? Oh, Dad!
Have you forgotten how to pack for a vacation?
We're gonna miss our flight to Cancun.
Cancun?
I'll make sure you make your flight. Sorry, it's been a while.
It's been a long time for everyone.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Can you check our guests in? Have a great flight.
1, 2, 3.
And here's the link to talk about the company's overview.
So the company's overview. So here we're gonna talk about WestJet is a Canadian airline group with its headquarters in Calgary and is one of the largest Canadian airlines. WestJet also flies throughout North America, Central, and various European destinations, which provides flights to 109 different destinations across 24 countries. So another social issues, aviations emit roughly around 860 million metric tons of carbon dioxide per year around the world, which accounts for about 2% of total global greenhouse gas emissions. These figures are expected to skyrocket in the coming years. So according to the source, one flight from Montreal, Canada to London, United Kingdom emits as much as carbon heating at a European home for an entire year. Another social issues of the climate change and global warming is flight emissions, which remains in the atmosphere for several centuries. Aircraft emissions have a significant climatic impact because they are releasing a high emissions in the atmosphere or air, which producing a chemical reaction and atmospheric effects that heat the globe. According to the source, the total carbon impact of a single flight is so high that avoiding just one trip can be equivalent to going gasoline car free for a year. So now we're gonna give it to Megan, which she's gonna talk about WestJet environmental impact.
Thank you, Salim. WestJet utilized over 1.5 billion liters of aviation fuel in 2017 and produced over 3.8 million tons of greenhouse gas emissions. In the last 2 years, due to COVID, this total was less, but as we resume our travel plans, it is expected to rise again. Noise pollution is a leading negative impact for residential communities near airports. Citizens may experience sleeping disturbances, performance effects, interference with communication, alongside cardiovascular, and psychological effects. The de-icing products used to fly or to safely fly airplanes in the winter are toxic to water supplies, need to be managed closely, and generate over 200 million American dollars in sales a year. Once an airplane has been de-iced, it has a holdover time of approximately 15 minutes to take off. Otherwise, the plane needs to be de-iced again. Our matrix map shows that the majority of the stakeholders are supporters of WestJet, with competitors and the environment being antagonistic. Most stakeholders have financial interest in WestJet as guests seek affordable travel, airports welcome the business of airline travelers, and suppliers have a good relationship with a great organization. We also identified on our matrix map that the media and the charitable partners are low priority supporters. The media reports the positive and the negative news of the airline. WestJet has partnered with Make-A-Wish Foundation, fulfilling wishes for individuals and their families. Please enjoy this Make-A-Wish Foundation video.
Go outside.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
So for the last 2 years, it's been a challenge as a family, but it's been nice to be close to home.
We were living kind of locked down for the 2.5 years prior to the pandemic. And 2020 was when we were supposed to be able to go back to normal. And obviously that didn't happen.
Missing Christmas and doing driveway visits has been difficult. We look forward to this year getting together with family and celebrating.
So, Weston, you have never been on an airplane. You would love to go on an airplane.
Hi, Weston. We heard about your wish, and we're here today to tell you that your wish is granted. WestJet is sending you and your family on a trip, and you get to go on an airplane. Merry Christmas.
WestJet Corporate Social Responsibility Initiative. As part of its broader social responsibility, WestJet released its Responsible Growth Review. In December 2011, the study highlights some of the ways WestJet exhibits its commitment to the corporate social responsibility, as well as the new solutions that the airline is pursuing, while also acknowledging some of the environmental problems that the airline sector confronts. WestJet supports the International Air Transportation Association goal of a cumulative global average improvements in fuel efficiency of 1.5% per year by 2020, as well as the aspiration goals of maintaining carbon neutral growth after 2020 and a reduction in carbon dioxide emissions of 50% by 2050. Carbon offsets can therefore never radically reduce emissions at the speed requirements. Offsets distracts from the real issues of necessary reductions. Offset can deter consumers from reducing the numbers of the flights they take, as they claim to provide a guilt-free way to travel. And here is the video that can explain more about International Air Transport Association goals and how they can achieve zero carbon by 2050.
Flying is freedom. It connects us with the places, people, and things we love. But this comes at a cost to the environment that will grow as more people in all parts of the world take to the air. That's why the world's airlines have committed to reaching net zero carbon emissions by 2050. To get there, we have a bold plan that involves using sustainable fuels and radical technologies, aided by flight efficiencies and offsetting. It's a plan that needs industry and governments to work closely together. Sustainable aviation fuels, or SAFs, are the foundation of our strategy. Because they absorb carbon as they are made, SAFs cut net emissions by 80%. SAFs can come from plants, recycled cooking oil, household waste and renewable energy. We are going to increase the amount of SAFs we use to around 450 billion litres by 2050, eliminating 65% of our CO2. It will be a fuel revolution. And as we have seen with the switch to solar and wind for electricity, when everyone works together, change can happen fast. The most exciting development is a zero-emissions plane that will require new electric or hydrogen propulsion designs. These are already on the drawing board, but will take time to enter the fleet. From about 2035, we will start to see these planes on short-haul flights. By 2050, they could be eliminating 13% of our CO2. We will be continuing to improve efficiencies in operations and infrastructure, like flying more direct air traffic control routes. And any remaining emissions will be removed by investing in offsetting and carbon capture technology, which sucks carbon out of the air and stores it or turns it into something useful. Our plan for net zero also offers a realistic opportunity to boost the green economy with new jobs and technologies, while improving energy security and strengthening air connectivity. And travellers will know that each flight they take will be progressively more sustainable as we approach a net zero future.
To address this issue, WestJet have teamed up with Carbon Zero to help their consumers have the ability to reduce the effects of climate change and mitigate the greenhouse gas emission associated with air travel. WestJet travelers have options to purchase carbon offsets permanently reduce the greenhouse emissions. This can help build more sources of energy such as solar panels and wind solar. Addressing the issues. In addition, WestJet are addressing the issue in investing into fuel-efficient aircrafts. So fewer aircrafts would be the advantage. Investment in technologies, infrastructures, and the process that allows us to operate more efficient in the air and in the ground while being safe. Also, working in good faith with government agencies, regulators to produce regulations and policies that will improve our operations efficiency and long-term growth potentials. WestJet is also working with Clean Energy Technology Center to explore the feasibility of using organic materials such as wood waste and feedstocks in jet fuels. If that results of the initial studies are positive, WestJets hope that one day they could be aviation biofuels production facility in Alberta. WestJet also believes that to enrich the lives of everyone in WestJet by providing safe, friendly, and affordable air travels, WestJet also strive to be one of the top 5 airlines in the world as measured through metrics such as time, performance, safety, profitable, and guest satisfaction. And here's Megan to talk about other corporate social responsibilities.
In 2012, the company has introduced their environmental innovation, which is a baggage tug which runs on rechargeable lithium polymer batteries. Since 2007, WestJet has partnered with Make-A-Wish Canada to help travel wishes take flight. WestJet has created a unique guest experience to ensure that the ultimate wish experience is had by all Make-A-Wish children and their families traveling via WestJet. As new technology is constantly being designed and created, these modifications will aid in reducing carbon emissions and the amount of fuel needed to travel. Carbon offset brings awareness and investment capital for future projects. As viewed below, one traveler can offset 0.957 tons of carbon on a flight from Calgary, Alberta to Toronto, Ontario. Aviation industry can implement a minimum travel capacity of flights starting at half capacity in the first 2 years, 2/3 capacity in the third and fourth year, and 3/4 capacity in the fifth year onward. This reduces the amount of flights a year and makes traveling by plane more efficient. Thank you for taking the time to watch our presentation on the responsibility WestJet is implementing to make travel better for the environment and the world.